I always have the worst timing. I literally just sat down and like someone's here. Anyway, oh my god, I'm just like running and gunning today. I'm completely like I don't know, like I'm feel crazy. I'm having a crazy day. So I had that art piece returned to me, and I threw it off a bridge. That's what I did. And and I have to dispute eBay for because I got charged for sending the package. Then I didn't get my money because the guy didn't want it, and then I had to pay for the return shipping. So I lost money on the whole thing because this guy didn't know what he wanted. So, I took my name off the package, I left his name on, and I threw it off a bridge. That's what I did because I'm mature that way. Um, Also, just meetings and trying to get just the man, do you really have to just like kick life and everything in the teeth? You gotta kick down doors. Like nobody listens. Nobody listens. Nobody cares until you make it yourself into like a physical problem. And I'm not saying problem as in like, something threatening, but more or less like your presence alone already changes the tune, already changes the whole mood and whatever. Blind emails and text messages and all this stuff, this whole system has to go. I don't get anywhere ever with any of this stuff. Never. Unless I physically drop off material, unless I physically come in there and press the flesh or have a conversation, even if it's painfully awkward, because a lot of it is painfully awkward because I'm trying to, explain who I am and what I do and the art and whatever. And, I can't relax anymore because I've been abstaining. So like, it's not like, back in the day, what I would do is like, I take a flask with me. I do a shot before I talk to anyone. People, business, girls, you name it. I would. Why not? Shot of courage, as they say. And then now I'm doing it. It's like so, as we used to say, raw dog. I'm like raw dogging life and raw dogging people because I have no choice. Either that or nothing gets done. And I keep saying that over and over again. Um, but it's the only thing that's also, taking me out of the funk. This weather is awful. I feel awful. And, I wake up, I feel like just, ugh. I don't know, I just, ugh. That's the best way, ugh. It's not even, and it's just this, it's like deadlifting yourself. And it's not even like I'm physically tired or didn't get the sleep. It's just somehow it's not the same. I'm trying to, I remember winters and I remember the city and I remember the atmospheres and the scents and the whole thing. And like, there used to be this time when I can like feel the day and I can like take a big breath and like it felt like a moment. Now this don't feels like at any moments. Now it just feels like it's all the same. And it's getting back to the whole flat soda thing I posted. It's not even that, but I'm trying to just, and all this is for nothing. This art is useless. Everything is useless. I'm literally like, I needed to, because I've been doing some, we've been repurposing my photos that I didn't have to into assemblage. I don't even know if that, and now I feel kind of stupid that I made them to assemblage, but I had to, but I'm fidgety and I had to do something. So like I had like one piece had a guy smoking a cigar, so I bought a cigar and I like clipped it and I smoked a cigar. Like I took a couple of puffs of cigars and I'm gluing cigars to portrait paintings, like with silicone. I'm doing other things like, it's like if someone, if you knew how much effort I put in, and the stuff is for stuff that is so like, what, what person my age is like, walking around with a parking meter in their book bag. I literally dug through the trash because I saw an interesting bag of Chinese rice. It was the most beautiful bag of rice I ever saw in my life. It was red, had a giant rooster on it, and it was red and gold, and all these Chinese characters. And I thought the bag, it's like this kind of heavy kind of bag because it's for rice. I didn't know it at the time. I thought it was like some sort of like very important gift. And this is just a bag of rice, and this is like wow. They could see like how other cultures like for us it's like Uncle Ben's, and it's just some dude on the box. Like this was like you if you took a couple of these together and sewed them together, you could make a dress, and it would be look like a beautiful dress. A couple of bags of rice, and this is my day. Like it's cold outside. I'm carrying a parking meter because I'm trying to bring a presentation. I'm digging through the trash for bags of rice that look cool. Anybody would like come step into my shoes for like a couple of minutes and be like, what the hell are you doing? And then I'm gluing cigars on stuff. I'm smoking cigars just enough to make it look like it's been smoked, because in the picture the guy looked like he was on the butt end of his cigar. So I had to kind of like clip it and smoke it and make it have that effect. And it's just like, my God, dude, like this is the how my concentration is. And I was going to go into a whole, obviously when I say pregame, I was going to talk about depression today and, talk about, just the sadness and sadness and sadness. Right now I'm just completely frustrated and angry, but not anything like I'm okay now, but I broke something. Like I smashed a canvas, wood panel, and I shouldn't have. But it was frustrating me. Something, it's so stupid, and I'm just, this is just me riffing. No, who's watching this? Like, I've been working on these panels that I think are 7/8 inches. So they have this 7/8 inch depth. Okay. I like working on those panels because they have this depth, this 7/8 inch depth. Like so you could just go and hang it on the wall. These other panels that I'm working on that are like, I don't know what to say. I think they're like 3/8 depth or 1/4 inch thick or something like that. Some sort of measurement, I forgot. Maybe it's a 1/4 inch. I hate them. I hate these either I have the wood panel that's 7/8 with damn it, what do they call the backing? It's a depth to it. Damn it, I forgot the name of it. I'm not gonna remember. So it seems so stupid, and then but then it has this like space behind the board, so the surface is like 1/8 of an inch, and then the rest of it is like 6/8 of an inch, and then one that's flat without that depth thing is a 1/4 inch. It sounds like I'm sound like a lunatic. I get a bad feeling off the 1/4 inch. Same way I have a bad, when I look at canvas, when I touch a canvas, I get a bad feeling. Like literally, I feel bad inside. Like I feel like almost sick, and it's why would canvas make you sick? I don't know. When I work on canvas, when I work on certain surfaces, when I do certain things, I actually feel ill, and that's why I avoid them. For many years I avoided acrylic because I hated the smell of acrylic. I hated it. Now I'm okay with it. Now I can work with acrylic. But it's just like, this is why I use oil pastels. I like the way they smell. To me, art is a scent, believe it or not. People are a scent. That's why I like certain people. That's why I like certain things. It's like why I like certain foods. It's like I'm like a dog. I don't know if you know this, but a dog's sense of smell is very good, but their sense of taste is very bad. So I don't consider myself, I don't really have a good sense of taste, but I have a great sense of smell. And if I don't like the smell of the materials, I can't work with the materials. And if I don't like the texture of the material, I can't work with that either. And I'm just, and it's just like, there's this like obsession in my body on the scent and texture of things. And if I don't like the scent and texture, I can't do it. This is the stuff that drives you completely like, what the hell are you talking about? Just I would prefer to work on an old discarded cabinet door than a piece of canvas. And this is why, like, my art career has been stunted and everything because I just didn't like the surfaces. This is, yeah. Anyway, great. Does anyone even care about any of this? This is, all right.